How's it going, team? Max Kerr here again for Dr. Kerr Shares a Study. Today, what I'm going to dive into a little bit is bruxism. Sometimes people say I clench and grind, I have TMD. Sometimes people will say that my dentist told me that I clench or grind my teeth. I don't know because I'm asleep. What is that all about? This study specifically talks about the effect of the arousal threshold on sleep bruxism, intensity in coexisting sleep apnea and sleep bruxism, polysomnographic study. What are all those words? Well, sleep bruxism is clenching and grinding while you're asleep. And what we see for the patients that happen to clench and grind while they're asleep, they're at a higher likelihood of having sleep apnea. We believe that sleep apnea actually causes clenching and grinding. If you can imagine, if I were to come up to you and try to choke you, the first thing you're going to do is bring your teeth together, trying to protect your neck. Because when we bring our teeth together, the body's protective mechanism actually dilates the muscles of the upper airway, and it actually protects the airway. And so, from a polysomnogram or an in-lab sleep study, what we see is when people actually fall asleep and then they go through an apneic episode, they are aroused, and when they're aroused, what ends up happening is they clench and grind their teeth. Now, this specific study, what it's talking about is people that have a low arousal threshold, meaning when they have a lower arousal threshold, meaning they tend to get woken up easily, or they sleep lighter, they are much more likely to have sleep bruxism, or they happen to clench and grind their teeth. Now, the question is, well, what causes low arousal threshold? Well, if you're choking yourself every single night, then your body will react to it and learn from that. And so when you have sleep apnea, when you have snoring and clenching and grinding, your body's going to recognize that, hey, when I go to sleep, you're going to choke me, and so I'm just going to make sure that I awake really quickly so that way my oxygen rate doesn't drop. And so, why am I bringing this to you? Well, if you do, or if anybody says you clench and grind your teeth, if you notice you clench and grind your teeth, you have some degree of jaw disorder, or your dentist says you clench and grind your teeth, I think it's a really good idea to get a home sleep test, because that could be a symptom of sleep apnea, and we know how horrible sleep apnea is. And so, if you have any questions about any of that, if you're concerned about clenching and grinding, if you're concerned about jaw disorder or anything, just always reach out. Again, Max Kerr at Sleep Better Austin, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day.